And thank you for joining my morning yoga class. If some of you have been to my class before, welcome to my new setting, which is my home. For those of you who are new, thank you for joining me this morning and allowing me to guide you through this practice. As always, I'd like to suggest that you can grab onto some yoga blocks or stacks of books or anything that can help you level you in throughout the practice if need be. Also, I like to suggest a yoga strap or belt or anything you may have at home to help you deepen the stretch. You may or may not need these things, but it's always good to have them close by. So we're going to get started in today's practice. You're going to meet me in a comfortable seated position as we take this time to check in with the mind and the body and the spirit. Gently close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. Notice how the body feels. Notice any tight spaces, any areas of discomfort, without any judgment. Just taking note before the beginning of our session. And take this moment to do a quick body scan, starting from the toes. Work your awareness up and throughout the body. Bring your attention as I list each area of the body. From the toes to the soles of the feet, the ankles, the shins, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the belly, the lower back, the spine, the chest, the shoulders, elbows, forearms, wrists, fingertips, back up the arms, back to the shoulders, to the neck, chin, mouth, nose, forehead, until you reach the crown of the head. Now bring your awareness to the breath. We're going to do 3 deep breaths together. Start by releasing all the air from the lungs. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And release. Two more times. Nice deep breath in. And release. For this last breath, place your right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. And release. Releasing both palms, come back to normal breath. Before opening your eyes, set an intention for today's practice. Visualizing that intention in your mind. and remembering to carry this intention forward throughout your day. Now, slowly opening up your eyes as we begin our warm up. We're going to start with the neck. So, you're going to bring your chin down towards your chest. And we're going to create large circles, rotating the neck toward the right and the back towards the left. Make sure to breathe. Take a nice slow motion here. Make this your final rotation in this direction. And then wherever you are, start to go in the opposite direction. We carry a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders, so often they're really tight. Now stopping with your chin down toward your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Allow your head to sink down just a little bit more. And then slowly bring your head up, looking forward. Take a nice deep breath in and turn your head and neck towards the right shoulder. Exhale, releasing any tension. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly rotate towards the left shoulder. Releasing any tension. Now coming back to center. When you inhale, rotate those shoulders up towards the neck. Exhale, rotate those shoulders back. 2 more times. Take a nice deep breath in. Inhale, bring those shoulders up. Exhale, drop those shoulders back. 1 last time. Inhale, bring those shoulders up towards the neck. Exhale, releasing those shoulders down. All right, if you're sitting on a prop, such as a block, you can move that out the way and to the side. I'm just gonna put these blocks at the top edge of my mat, just so that they're within hand's reach. And we're gonna come onto all fours. We're gonna inhale and push the hips back. Bring the 2 big toes together into our child's pose. Extend both arms forward, placing your forehead on the mat. Take a nice deep breath in, come back to all fours. Make sure to lift the spine, curl the spine, pull in the belly button up towards the sky. And we're gonna tuck our toes, lift our knees off the mat, push the hips back into a downward dog. Keep the knees bent here. Just stay up on your toes. This is our first downward dog. Press into those fingertips. So in downward dog, you want to make sure your wrists up to your hips are in that nice straight line. If you need to, keep the knees bent here and start to pedal 1 leg at a time. Taking nice deep breaths. And slowly begin to walk towards the top edge of your mat. Standing with your feet about hip distance apart, allow your head to hang heavy, hinging at the hips. We're going to reach for opposite elbows into our ragdoll. Now again, if you have some tightness in the back of your legs, you can bend the knees, and allow your chest to lay flat onto your thighs. And hanging here, allow the neck to hang freely. We're going to sway the arms one side to the other. We've all had quite the week. Quite the week. So it's time for some self-love, self-care, self-preservation. Come back to stillness, releasing both arms. You're going to inhale. If you can, straighten the legs. Bringing the hands towards the shin into flat back. Exhale, release into that forward fold. We're going to slowly inhale and rise, bringing the arms up with us. Allow the head to come up last. Bringing the palms together. Hands are at heart center. Releasing the arms. We're going to swan dive forward, back into that forward fold. We're going to do a couple sun salutations for our warm up. So you can step back with the right foot first, join the left into that plank position, engaging your core. You can keep the elbows close to the body. Exhale, come on down. Flatten the feet. Inhale, rotate the shoulders back into cobra. Nice little back bend here. Exhale, come on down. Tuck the toes. Come up on the knees first, and then lift the knees off the mat into that downward dog. Might feel a little bit looser. You can straighten those legs or keep the knees bent and stay up on those toes. Wherever you are in your practice. We're going to inhale, lift that left leg towards the sky. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, join that right foot. Keep the feet about hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale and rise. Exhale, swan dive forward. We're going to come back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Stepping back with the left foot first, then the right. Exhale, come on down. Flatten the feet. Inhale, rotate shoulders back and lift up. Exhale, come on down. Tuck the toes, come up on the knees first, then lift the knees off the mat into downward dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, bring that foot forward. Inhale, bring that left foot forward, joining the right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, slowly rise. Bring the palms together, hands at heart center. Slowly releasing both arms, open wide, swan dive forward. This time you can keep your feet hip distance apart, or you can step them closer, bringing the two big toes together. We're going to sweep our hands forward, bending at the knees, dropping the hips down into our chair pose. Remembering to engage that core. Exhale, drop down, back into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Stepping the right foot back first. We're going to drop the right knee. And we're going to keep those right toes tucked. And we're going to push our hips back to extend and stretch the back of that left leg. Now you can choose to keep your left foot flat, or you can come up on that left heel, flexing the toes towards your face. Exhale, push forward, pushing those hips forward, still keeping those right toes tucked. We're going to inhale, sweeping the arms up and towards the sky. They call them yams. Someone's a little hungry this morning. And exhale, bring those palms down. Lift that right knee up off the mat, stepping that left foot back. We're going to bend the elbows, come on down. You can stay in chaturanga, hovering over your mat, or you can come all the way down, We're gonna lift up into upward dog, flattening the feet. And exhale, push the hips back towards the sky. We're gonna inhale, raise that right leg towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, step forward. Inhale, step forward with the left. Take an exhale here. And on the inhale, rise to that flat back. Exhale, come back down. Inhale and rise. Bringing the palms together, hands on heart center. We're gonna come back into that on the other side. Exhale, release, bringing both arms up and swan dive forward. Once again, you keep the feet together or hip distance apart, wherever you are in your practice. We're gonna sweep the hands forward and up into that chair pose again. This time, if you can, try to sink a little bit deeper. You're gonna feel it in those ankles, in the feet. Exhale. Extend both arms forward into that forward fold. Nice deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, release. This time, stepping back with that left foot. We're gonna drop that left knee, keep those left toes flexed. And we're gonna sit the hips back. Again, you can come back on to your heel, flexing the toes towards your face. And then walk your hands forward. You're really gonna feel it in those hamstrings, your calves, even your hips. Push the hips forward, flatten that foot onto the mat. We're gonna inhale, raising both arms. Exhale, come back down with both palms. Lift that left knee off the mat first, and then step that right foot back. We're gonna bend at the elbows, come on down to our mat. Or we're gonna hover over in chaturanga and lift up into upward dog, flattening the feet. Exhale, push the hips back. Inhale, lift the left leg towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, stepping forward into that lunge. Bring the right foot with it. Halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale and rise. Hands together, hands at heart center. Releasing both arms, we're gonna swan dive forward, back into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Now this is where your blocks may come in handy if you need it. I'm gonna step over just a little bit closer to the top edge of my mat. We're gonna step the right foot back at about a 45-degree angle. And we're gonna go into our pyramid pose to really help again with the back of the legs. If you notice there's a pattern, I really want to work on the lower back and loosening up the lower back. So we're just gonna hold here. If you have blocks, you can place your palms on the blocks or you can place it on your mat. Make sure your back is as straight as it can be. And if you don't need the blocks, just stand forward as much as you can. Take one breath here. And then slowly, if you have those blocks, you can come back up on those blocks on the tallest height if you can. And then we're gonna step forward with that right foot. So I'm going to just demonstrate without the blocks. So halfway lift, come back down. You want to step back with that left foot at about a 45-degree angle. You can come onto your palms. And really feel that stretch in the back of the legs. Inhale, lift up, step that left foot forward. And you can choose to either hop or step one foot back at a time. You're going to place your hands on your mat and come into that plank position. So for those of you who don't want to hop back, you just step back one foot at a time. We're going to exhale, bending at the elbows, flatten the feet. Inhale, come up into cobra. Exhale, come on down. Push the hips back. And we're going to cross at the ankles, coming onto our sits bones. Extend the legs forward. We did a lot of the back of the legs. We're going to do a little more of the hip. So you're going to bring your left foot in towards that right thigh. I'm going to turn this way to give a better visual. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in, raising those arms above the head. Extend forward. Inhale, release. Switching legs. Bring that right sole of the foot inside that left leg. Flexing those left toes towards your face. Inhale, bringing both arms towards the sky. Extend forward into that stretch forward. And slowly release. Walk the hands back. I'm just going to shift back onto my mat. Extend both legs forward. We're going to come onto our back. And we're going to hug the knees into the chest with both arms. Take a nice deep breath here. Releasing the left leg first, keeping the right knee in towards the body. We're going to do a nice soft twist here, using the left hand only, releasing the right arm. We're going to shift that right knee across the body onto the left. Turn your gaze towards the right shoulder. One more breath here. Slowly turn your gaze towards the sky. We're going to bring that right knee back to the center and release. Hugging that left knee in towards the chest. Extend that left arm and shift that left knee across the body onto the right. Turn your gaze towards the left shoulder. One more breath here. And slowly come back to center. Bringing the soles of the feet onto your mat at the outside edge of your mat. We're going to windshield wipe both legs. Extend both arms if you can. I have a little blockage here on this side. But you're going to windshield wipe both knees, wiping them from one side to the other. Take a nice deep breath here. Come back to stillness. Bring the feet in again one more time for one final hug. Tuck the chin in. Try to bring your forehead toward your knees. And release all limbs. Palms facing the ceiling. Relaxing the shoulders into that final pose. As always, if you would like to take this time to lengthen your Shavasana, please do so. This is your time, this is your practice. For those of you ready to move forward, slowly extend both arms above the head. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Bending both knees, you're going to shift over to your right side. Pressing down with your left hand, lift off the mat. Coming up to a nice, comfortable seated position. Crossing the legs into easy pose. Bringing your palms together. Remember to elongate your spine as we close out this morning's session. Coming back to the intention you set at the beginning of practice. You can carry that intention throughout your day, throughout your weekend, wherever you see fit. We're going to close out with a collective breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Releasing all the air from the lungs. Take a nice deep breath in. And release. Thank you again for joining me for this morning's yoga practice. I hope to see you again soon. Have a wonderful and amazing weekend. Remember to take time for yourself. Always. Namaste.